So listen, we about to do this live. People always ask me, Lock. I always see people on the internet like doing these breakdowns of my lyrics, and they don't even get the bars right. They be breaking it down. So I was like, you know what? One day I'm gonna do a reaction to my own freestyle so I can break it down for you guys. So if y'all ready, let's do it.
No big homie, no corporation. No diss, only my motivation. I notice most of them go with waves in. I go against the current, I currently feel engaged in.
All right, listen. No big homie, no corporation. No diss, only my motivation. So I'm saying I don't have a big homie or somebody that co-signs me or controls my career. This is all off what I do. Because I see a lot of rappers in the game, which is fine, which is cool. You know, they have somebody that's pulling the strings for them. But I'm saying, look, no big homie, no corporation. No diss, and I'm not dissing. No diss, only my motivation.
Raised in a city, civilities, notice most of them go with waves in. I go against the current, I currently feel engaged in. Raised in a city, civilities, disability. Disumbilical cord is the discontent for humility.
Raised in a city, civility is a disability. So basically I'm saying raised in a city where civility being civil is a disability. Like that can actually work against you because motherfuckers is wilding out. Raised in a city, civility is disability. This umbilical cord.
Silly rapper, you city, civilities, disability. This umbilical cord is the discontent for humility. Silly rapper.
So basically the same thing. This umbilical cord is a discontent for humility. So you can't be humble. You can't be civil because these streets will eat you alive.
You privileged, lying who you pretend to be. I disconnect from your withered spoon like Ryan Phillippe.
Silly rapper, you privileged, lying who you pretend to be. I disconnect from your withered spoon like Ryan Phillippe. So I disconnect from that silver spoon. That silver spoon is withered. And you know, Ryan Phillippe, he was married to Reese Witherspoon and they got a divorce. So that, and I think I was probably like watching like a Reese Witherspoon movie when I came up with that bar. Like, you know, that type of shit be just sinking out. You know what I was watching? Whoever watched that show, Big Little Lies on HBO. Raise your hand if you watched that show. Raise your hand if you watch that show. Like, yo, I was watching that show and it just like, I love that show. And I love Reese Witherspoon's character in that show. It's like, it's funny. So that probably was like in my subconscious when I was coming up with these bars.
Philip is web browser with lead showers and minstrels. Nocturnal journals of unnurtured pretend.
Philip is web browsers with lead showers and minstrels. Nocturnal journals of unnurtured potential. So Philip is web browser with lead, so basically I'm saying like fill up his web browser with like bullshit, with like shit that's just like detrimental to your psyche.
Essential tools when exploiting the black youth.
Exploiting like the young black. See, I feel like when I look at these young rappers that's out here doing stupid shit for attention, I don't really blame them because they're young. But what I do get upset about is the people, the systems that support this buffoonery, and they don't know any better. But then you have these corporations and these people or these other people who support this and feed into this problem and this depiction of black people.
Multiracial pickaninnies, they pick as a substitute.
And then I said multiracial pickaninnies, they pick as a substitute. So basically we have black people and people of color who are willing to coon themselves out or degrade themselves for attention. And now it's to the point where now even white people and other races are getting in on this shit because they like, oh, black people, like they kind of follow whatever black people doing as far as popular culture, because black people, you know, we create basically everything that's popular in American culture. So now you have other races of people, other cultures mimicking the buffoonery.
Suck the truth from the culture, leave you a hollow shell. Fuck an album, algorithms with ad agency sale.
So the record companies or the powers that be will suck the culture, and it's no longer just record labels. It's actually ad agencies, ad companies are using algorithms. They're using social media, paying, and they're manipulating social media algorithms to promote the stupidest shit that they can possible. It's a fact. Look it up.
2004 placement, 500 in your statement from a playlist. That type of math is not a chase.
So that's a lot of artists. You see a lot of artists who pay for playlists to get on like Spotify and Apple Music. They actually are paying promoters and these internet promoters to get on playlists so they can get more views, more streams on their music. By the way, if you feeling this explanation, leave a fire emoji. Let me know if you're feeling it. And most importantly, if you're feeling this explanation, Hit the link in my description. Make a donation. Show some love.
So we chasing after the dreams that we only appear to know. Birds never change feathers, they weather but clearly don't.
Birds never change feathers. They weather but clearly don't. So say birds of a feather flock together. They may weather, but they don't change their feathers.
You want advice? Well, here's a quote. A bitch nigga's a bitch nigga right now or 10 years ago.
A bitch nigga's a bitch nigga right now. Basically, I'm just saying, if you a sucker, if you was a sucker then, you a sucker now. If you was a bitch ass nigga then, you was a bitch ass nigga now. Bitch niggas don't just change overnight. They the same niggas they was. You know what I'm saying? They don't change over time.
Karma don't expire in pride of popular opinion. I'm rising above the minions. My eyes have reluctant vision. I look away from your negative trenches. Niggas smile in real life but act petty in mentions. This is Dred Scott, nappy dreadlocks, skullduggery.
This is Dred Scott. Do you know who Dred Scott case is? Do you know what the Dred Scott case is? Look that up. Dred Scott was a slave, an ex-slave, who tried to buy his way out of freedom.
Bipedal mechanics and fire discovery.
What is bipedal mechanics? You know what bipedal mechanics? That's walking on two legs. Because before, basically I'm just going through the history of man. Dred Scott, bipedal mechanics.
This is 1934.
Let's go back.
Petty and mentions. This is Dred Scott, nappy dreadlocks, skullduggery, bipedal mechanics and fire discovery.
So this is Dred Scott, nappy dreadlock, skullduggery. You know what skullduggery is? The art of like psyching out or like Mike Tyson, he said when he would come to the ring, he mastered the art of skullduggery, where he could just scare motherfuckers, would intimidate people with his presence. He would win the fight before he even started it. So this is Dred Scott, nappy dreadlock, skullduggery, bipedal mechanics, and fire discovery. So I'm just breaking down like history, like I'm taking it back to Dred Scott, and even before that, fire discovery, bipedal mechanics.
This is 1934, Detroit Master Farad.
1934. That's when Master Farad revealed, you know, that's when the Nation of Islam, who believe that God came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. I don't necessarily believe this. You know, I'm an Orthodox Muslim. I follow Orthodox Islam, but these are the things that are very, as far as I'm concerned, that influential to American history and American culture. So we're talking about the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X. Where did they get this doctrine from? Well, it originally started with Master Farad, who came to Detroit in 1934.
This is slave owners teaching slaves master is.
Go back before then. This is slave owners teaching slaves master is God. They were teaching slaves that Jesus was a white man, and that's your God, and that your God is a white man. And then at the same time, you have the Nation of Islam, who believe that God is a man as well. And when you look at him, he looks kind of white, or he looks biracial. I mean, you make the decision.
It's God. This is Malcolm bowing in Mecca, drinking from Zem.
This is Malcolm X in Mecca. Malcolm X took his trip to Mecca, and he drank from the well of Zamzam in Saudi Arabia.
Machiavellian hellions hailing up.
Machiavellians. This is all the people we in this generation of people we were born from. You know, we're the descendants of Tupac.
Own plan. The neighborhood does not condone false prophets wrong. Mr. Rogers, the Roger Stone.
Mr. Rogers, the Roger Stone. You guys know who Roger Stone is? Mr. Rogers, you know, he was the guy who had the show back in the day. You know what I mean? Some of you guys may be too young to remember that. And then you have Roger Stone, who was the campaign advisor for Donald Trump, who Donald Trump just let out of prison, who just pardoned his prison sentence.
Watching drones fly over religious schools in Qom.
Watching drones fly over religious schools in Qom. Qom is in Iran. That's the religious area in Qom where they study theologies. One of my friends studied theology in Qom in Iran.
Back home, we all clones. We follow what they presume. We cater what they consume in costume. Get some money and how about your cocoon like a coon?
How about your cocoon like a coon? How about your cocoon like a coon? So we hop out of our fancy cars, but we just coons for the white man or for the powers that be. That's what I'm trying to make black folks understand. Like, when we get money, let's reinvest our money instead of buying expensive shit. If you guys want me to keep this going, if you guys want me to keep explaining these bars, because this is only 1 minute and 56 seconds. So if you guys want me to keep on going, because we might get tired in like 2 or 3 minutes. But if you want me to keep going, hit the link in the description. Hit the link in the description. I'm going to keep breaking these bars down. I'm going to keep showing love. Let me know what's up. Hit the link in the description. Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. Show some love so I can keep breaking down these bars.
I I assume you got the memo, a symbol to be affected. Young niggas feel disconnect, old niggas feel disrespected.
Young niggas feel disconnect. Young niggas feel disconnect. Old niggas feel disrespected. There's a gap between the old generation and the new generation.
This affects the nervous system, essentially kills us all. Pushing poetic poison, fictional fentanyl.
Pushing poetic poison, fictional fentanyl. We all know what fentanyl is. That's like, it's killing so many people right now.
Heard a bunch of y'all rapping, fronting like dawn captains, throwing money around and stunting in y'all caption. Said he was set to kill, really just false acting. You call it a record deal, I call it Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Woo! Uncle Tom's Cabin. We know who Uncle Tom, when we a black person or a person of color who sells out their own race to get closer, to move up in status, or, you know, does shit that's not counterproductive to the culture, we call him an Uncle Tom. And sometimes I feel like the rap game is like Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Bragging and fucking thoughts, gas cause you must have bought 500,000 views and half of them Russian bots.
Here we go again. People got all these views. Like I see people on YouTube who have 500,000 views, 1 million views on their video, but they only got like 100 comments or 300 likes. Like, how you have a video that has 1 million views, but you only got 7 comments? Like, that don't make no sense. That means your views aren't real.
Half of the buzz you got stolen from his connections. The other half controlling people's perception. Deception is like infection, it's lying beneath the skin. I'm trying to keep a grin. The virus is steeped in sin. Set a flame to the game and murder you post fire. I hate that nigga, but I admire his ghostwriter.
Ooh, I hate that nigga, but I admire his ghostwriter. Come on, man. Yo, shout out to Corey Eckhoff. I appreciate you, bro. That's much love. But yo, check this out. These rappers will sit up here and be like, right, you know, you be like, oh, they dope, but they ghostwriters. It's like, dude, I can't stand this nigga, but his ghostwriter is pretty dope.
I'm the sole proprietor, prime my way in the system. Criticize my game plan, but ask later for assistance. Persistent, but you did judge. If you don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me, but I'm sick of pretend love.
So I said, I'm sick of pretend love. So basically, if you don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me. I'd rather you just don't fuck with me and let me know you don't fuck with me, but then pretend like you got love for me. Because what I notice in this industry, so many of these people will be like, oh, what's up, Locksmith? And they act like they got love for you, but they don't have love for you, bro. Like, they just, you know, like, they just trying to advance whatever artist they're managing at the time, or whatever artist they fuck with or they have a relationship with. They don't really show love. So it's like, you know what? Don't fuck with me. Shout out to Nathaniel Reed. If you don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me.
I'm sick of the fake industry puppets, tangling strings, dangling dreams, dangerous themes y'all promoting. I wouldn't give you the Heimlich if you was choking.
I wouldn't give you the Heimlich if you was choking. I would just let you niggas die. Shout out to Masood.
I'm the chosen designated distributor and dismemberer. You said you rep the culture, but we don't believe you. You said you was a broker, so we don't impede you. Some niggas are so desperate for exposure, they just roll over and lower the standard we should heed to.
Now, I ain't gonna say that's just, there's been times where I've recorded, shout out to Leon, I've recorded and done music with a lot of rappers and producers, and some of these people are considered like icons in the culture, and they're the gatekeepers. But when you get around them, yo, dude, there's some suck-ass motherfuckers, man. And I just be like, I can't believe, like, I used to look up to this dude. I always wanted to work with this person. And then when you get around them, they just fake as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, my battery, my computer is about to die. And I'm just like, yo, man, like, I hate to break it to you guys, but these guys try to be like they're all like these gatekeepers and shit. But they fake as fuck, man. They don't really care about the culture. They're lying to you guys, man.
We worship at the feet of these icons in the hopes to be anointed. When you meet them in person, you're disappointed.
We worship at the feet of these icons in the hopes to be anointed. When you meet them in person, you're disappointed. That's how I felt. Like, I've met some of these dudes and I'm like, bro, I'm disappointed in you.
I'm pointing out the flaws in the pecking.
Somebody says, where do we cash app? The link is in the bio, bro. I mean, the link is in the description. I appreciate you, man. Show love if you guys want me to keep on doing this.
Respect's in order. Expect a quarter of success when they suppress what's brought up. I saw him, Lord, what we seek is the peak. Whack niggas from 2010 we now see as elite. A mirage, I know it sounds quite odd, but Lil Xan makes Gucci Man sound like Nas.
All right. Whack niggas from 2010 we now see as elite. Hold on, let me go back.
Is elite, a mirage. I know it sounds quite
odd, but Lil Xan makes Gucci Man sound like Nas. So honestly, I was thinking about that bar. I was on tour, and it wasn't even Gucci Man at the time. It was shout out to Ahmed or Ahmad. Is it Ahmad or Ahmad? Ahmad. So it was a riff raff song. And I didn't realize it was Rick Rack, but I was like, yo, this motherfucker's kind of spitting. And then I realized, you know what? Compared to all the stupid shit that's out right now, like if you listen to Riff Raff right now, he sounds good compared to the rappers that's rapping right now, or Gucci Man. Like, yo, Gucci Man sounds lyrical. Gucci Man sounds lyrical. Shit that I thought was whack in 2010, not whack, I would say, but like that wasn't like top tier lyricists. They sound like lyricists compared to the shit that's going on now. So you listen to Riff Raff, Gucci Man, like them motherfuckers actually sound lyrical compared to the shit that they doing now.
Odd. But Lil Xan makes Gucci Man sound like Nas.
Lean with it, rock with it. I just spit. Lean with it, rock with it. You know, that was one of them groups from back in 2005, 2007. Lean with it, rock with it. Lean with it. You know, not lyrical.
That how Pop did it. The Bay is in my blood, but I'm not a blood, so stop with it. I'm a lyricist. This is not a gimmick.
Y'all know I'm from the Bay Area, so Tupac is in my blood. I actually live two or three blocks away from where Tupac used to live.
Remember nights, empty stomachs, and nothing but knots in it. Please don't compare me to other rappers you rock with. Yeah, he's got a flow, but he's sorta iffy with content. Me, there's no if, whys, or maybes. I would teach a class, smash your bitch, and then baptize your baby.
That's just me talking shit. Like, I would smash your bitch. I would teach a class, smash your bitch, and then baptize your baby. Like, I do it all, nigga.
Maybe you deserve to be weeded out. And please don't blame it on the trees and claim later you was weeded out.
Maybe you deserve to be weeded out, but please don't blame it on the trees and claim later you was weeded out. Some of these niggas can't even function without smoking weed, or they can't make raps without smoking. So I'm just saying, like, don't blame it on the weed after I cook your ass on the song.
I'm weaving in and out the flow like a seamstress.
So I'm weaving in and out the flow like a seamstress.
Reap what you sow, and I thread the needle, extinguish out the spark that you've been burning for clout. Disperse from your spout, and every word you slur from your mouth. As far as bars, I've been serving them out. I deserve an amount of respect. Fuck you and your burner account.
Fuck you and your burner account. You know how motherfuckers be going online, looking at shit and saying shit with their burner account?
You see, the people in your circle are the first ones to hurt you. They feed your insecurities and downplay your virtues. But I'm virtually unstoppable, stomping over your obstacles. Your optical receptors are intercepted with lots to prove. I'm the truth, I'm the fact.
No, I don't smoke weed.
Act of religion. I'm the reason niggas crumble up they raps when they listen.
I'm the reason niggas crumble up they rap. When niggas hear my shit, it's like, fuck it.
I'm the reason niggas humble up they act when he's mentioned. When they meet me in person and purposely practice submission. The fact that he's missing is just due the circumstance. And bad timing combining purpose, a perfect stance. Assertive serpents that circle around my sermon's glance. Minute I smell they venom, circumvent to a certain task. I smirk and laugh at your outburst, who you cursing at? Your outcomes coming out worse and you worse at rap. I used to clap for these niggas, now I reverse the stats. Every album out, I was counted out and emerged from that. Concepts, metaphors, lyrics, production. I master my position, addition out of reduction. They ask for my detention, essentially out of assumption. Cause I ain't begging no artist for nothing. I'm cuffing my scrotum sack in the coldest sack, the coldest cat. I noticed that you overcompensate for your bogus tats. You know you act. You know you actually act out for attention. Cause your music doesn't get it. Your whole image is scripted. If I cannot do it, it cannot be done. I made a test of DNA. That is not my son. I'm not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Not your hip hop homie or your industry brethren. My paragraphs are.
Come on, man. I don't even know what to say at this point.
Paragraphs, apparent math solutions that only my parents grasped took me past minutia. The past is nuisance. Every rap that I spat was a crack in the very fabric he's passing out to enact confusion. The act of using moralities to boost morale and lose morality.
I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. I'm just blacking out. Like, this is, see, sometimes when I've been rapping, I just go into these flows and these patterns. I'm just sometimes you think about bars. I have bars that I think about, and there's sometimes I just let the flow just take shape. And this is one of them times where I'm just like, my paragraphs or paragraphs, you know, I'm just letting it flow. And sometimes you got to do that. It's not like a punchline or anything. It's just like, it's just going with it, man.
Excuse mortality and huge totality. Who's to blame for
Let's
me?
go back.
Only my parents' grass took me past music doesn't get it, your whole image is scripted. If I cannot do it, it cannot be done. I made a test of DNA.
That is not my son.
I'm not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Not your hip hop homie or your industry brethren. My paragraphs are a paragraphs, a pair of math solutions that only my parents grasped. Took me past minutia. The past is nuisance. Every rap that I spat was a crack in the very fabric he's passing out to enact confusion.
I mean, that's just me. Like, I like to put like math stuff in because when I was in high school and in college, I kind of developed this love for math, physics and stuff like that. So I'm not saying I'm like this great mathematician or geometrist or anything like that, but I had a liking for it. So those type of things like mathematical formulas and concepts and phrases and shit like that, I just always liked it. Even physics, like when I used to work a job, when I used to work a regular job, I would sit at work sometimes and I would sit and read like physics books. I don't know what for. I just used to like reading this shit. Like I would just read Physics for Dummies or Physics for Dummies or this other book called God and Physics. I would just read these kind of books.
The act of use of morality to boost morale and lose morality, skews mortality and huge totality. Who's to blame for me toe tagging these rappers that you mystify? Justify whack by claiming it's a vibe.
Justify whack by claiming it's a vibe. So I hate when people say something is it's a vibe. When something is whack, they try to say, oh, it's a vibe. It's like, nigga, if that shit is whack, it's whack. Like stop trying to convince me that it's good. It's like by saying it's a vibe. Like it's not a vibe. It's trash.
This is why we shouldn't dignify degenerates, disingenuous lyrics that only serve or assist the lie. I found a cyst in the system, essentially tried to attempt and pride, hope, small gap you admit to hide. I found immense pleasure and gratification and grabbing was sacred and staking my claim to you wince and cry. Since when did too much talent become an offensive crime? This confines the culture and that creates a big divide. Indivisible, inexplicable syllables, silhouettes of a civil threat leave the masses miserable.
See, this is just me. This is all subconscious. This is all unconscious. This is me just going. Like I'm not even, like the information is there. It all makes sense, but I'm not conscious of what I'm doing. I'm just going. I'm just letting what's in my spirit go. And I think that's, to me, those are the type of verses. I don't like when stuff is too formulaic. When it's like everything is like, sometimes you got to just let your spirit take over. To me, it's just, it's spiritual. It's metaphysical.
We maximize what is minuscule. Then they pour wool over eyelids. I bid to extend the duel. I bid to extend the duel.
Like I bid to keep this duel, this fight going. That's probably slipped over a lot of people's, went over a lot of people's heads.
Off instrumentals. The instruments you use are inadmissible, in the midst of a windless spool. I pull away from normalcy, such an enormous hill to climb. So you incline to fail while I perform the feat. We complain about culture and what it was, but trolls don't create themselves, the public does.
Trolls don't create themselves, the public does. So people, we get mad when we see these stupid ass trolls doing stupid shit, but they don't create themselves. The public has to support them. We are to fault for all this bullshit because we like to watch this shit. We like to watch the train wreck.
Media feeds into the fuckery just for buzz. Just because you buzzing doesn't excuse your destructive grudge.
Just because you buzzing doesn't excuse the destructive grudge. Just because you popular doesn't excuse all the destruction that you cause into the community. It's unacceptable, and I don't support that shit.
I was under the impression that pressing people for clout was the wrong type of message when messages were in drought.
Come on, man. Messages are in drought. So why are we supporting all these motherfuckers chasing clout?
But I seen a lot of death, and especially from the south side of Richmond, where they sticking your tombstone in the ground. Young niggas wave guns and record labels benefit. They profit off the ignorance because they don't have to.
Come on, man. They profit off the ignorance because they don't have to live in it. So you got these record executives that will make money off of black destruction, off of ignorance and shit. But at the end of the day, they go home to their house. They go home and sit in their bed and they relax. So they can watch all this destruction and shit happen while they sit at home and live in a gated community. That's not fair. And they're going to continue to do it until we stop. Until we like, nah, we don't fuck with that shit. But we support it,
living it. They provide the method to market it and distribute it. This exhibits a lack of responsibility, period. The period of following inferior practices is a larger conversation, and it's more than compensation, and it's more than just the dollars. There's a broader complication. If you don't respect the art, there's no more obligation. You can't expect the white-collar suburbanite to understand the urban plight. They just see the perks and hype.
You can't expect a white-collar suburbanite to understand the urban plight. They just see the perks and hype. Like you can't expect him to understand the struggle. So I'm not even blaming him. We have to take responsibility. We have to take accountability to change this shit. If y'all want me to keep going, I'm sorry I haven't been able to respond to all the questions. But if y'all want me to keep going, hit the link in my description, sow some love, make a donation so I can keep on doing it, so I can provide for this. I got a new song dropping on Thursday. But if you guys wanted me to keep on breaking down this freestyle, because it's been 7 minutes and 26 seconds. We still got another like 3.5 minutes. If y'all want me to keep on doing this, hit the link in the bio, show some love. Hit the link in the description, Cash App, PayPal, whatever you want to do. Show some love so I'm able to keep on doing this, making this music, breaking down this music and these freestyles for you guys. So let me know what's up. Let me know what's up. If y'all want me to keep on breaking down this verse, shout out to everybody that's been showing love. Let me shout out everybody that's been doing this. Corey Eckhoff, Jose Talavera, Ahmad, Leon, Masood, Nathaniel Reed, Brad Trudeau, Terrence, Cody Stroll, Chadwick Matthew. Shout out to all you guys, man. If you guys want me to keep on going, I need like 2 or 3 more people. Let me get 2 or 3 more people to hit the Cash App, show some love. I'm not charging a fee. I'm just asking you to make a donation. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to charge nothing. You don't have to give nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not charging anybody anything. You in this live, right? Hey, bro. Freestyle, my man. Yo, Locksmith, what's your favorite rap song you made? We're going to get to those questions. We breaking down this freestyle right now. I need a couple more people. Let me get 2 more people to hit the Cash App.
They just see the antics and analytics as gimmicks. Another reason to send niggas to prison while they surfing hype.
So listen. While we out here doing this stupid shit for the camera, committing crimes, committing felonies, niggas go to jail and they just continue living their life. Come on, you guys. Don't fall. Come on, man.
There's a certain type of hell for you demons. When you see him in public, you publicly move and you meet him. But you need him to validate your actions. And this fake democracy is nothing more than a distraction.
Shout out to Fresh Boy 617. I appreciate you.
They gave us a black president to pacify us and lull us to sleep so the next one can wreak more havoc as they advocate for companies to keep dumping money into policies that profit off the meek. You weak-ass rappers, you speak-ass backwards, you leech off classics so you can eat and keep that status. You weak-ass backwards. Come on, man. You weak-ass rappers, you leech off classics. Shout out to Matt Reiser. Money in the policies that profit off the meek. You weak-ass rappers, you speak-ass backwards, you leech off classics so you can eat and keep that status. They're eating off of the culture. They're feeding off of the culture. Regardless of where you come from, I can peep those tactics. You appeal to dum-dums and the weak drug addicts. My poems are African bone. This is my favorite. This is my favorite bars in this whole freestyle. Let's go back. If you guys want me to break this down, I need 2 more people to hit the Cash App. These are the best bars in this whole freestyle to me. If you guys want to hear my favorite bars in this whole freestyle, there's about 12 bars. To me, it's the most, and nobody reacted to it. I was like, nobody got this, but the people who know. If you want me to break down these next bars, I need 2 more people to hit that Cash App, and I'm gonna break this shit down for you. We can stop right now. These are my favorite bars of this whole. This is my favorite bars of this whole freestyle right now. But nobody talks about it. They always talk about the other parts, and they're like, when you said this, but nobody gets this shit because I guess this went over a lot of people's heads. But if you want me to break this shit down, I need 2 people to hit the link hit the link in the description. Zach Smith, what up?
if y'all want me to break down, these bars right now, this is the most important bars in the freestyle to me. These are the most important bars. Somebody asked me, have I did this written down? I haven't written. Douglas, I appreciate you. I need one more person to hit it up. Douglas, that's much love, bro. One more person, I'm gonna break these. To me, these are the most important bars in the freestyle. Somebody said, is this off the top or written? I don't write anything down. So everything is done from my brain. I create it in my brain and I spit it. Somebody said my poems are, you already know what's coming up, and I'm gonna break it down. You guys want me to break down? I need one more person to hit the Cash App. I'm gonna break this down. Because to me, these are the most important part, but it goes over people's heads like they don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody comes up to me like when they always mention other parts. All right, there we go. So we about to break this down.
Would you leech off classics so you can eat and keep that status? Regardless of where you come from, I can peep those tactics. You appeal to dum-dums and the weak drug addicts. My poems are African bones sprinkled on the ocean floor. The transatlantic holocaust and the cost to endure.
My poems are African bones sprinkled on the ocean floor. The transatlantic holocaust and the cost to endure. So my poems reflect the African bones that's sprinkled on the ocean floor. The transatlantic holocaust and the cost to endure. So with Africans, when they were captives and brought on those slave ships to America, so many of them died that they threw their bodies into the ocean. And they said that there are so many dead bodies, so many African skeletons on the ocean floor that there is a trail that goes from Africa all the way to the New World, to the Caribbean, of bones that are sprinkled across the Atlantic floor. That's how many bones.
Vessels that's nestled beneath the wind, while I reprimand you pawns using friends for nons.
So hold on, let's go back. We gotta go back.
And the weak drug addicts, my poems are African bones
sprinkled on the ocean floor. The transatlantic holocaust and the cost to endure.
Slave vessels that's nestled beneath the wind, while I reprimand you pawns using Franz Fanon's pen.
Slave vessels that's nestled beneath the wind, while I reprimand you pawns using Franz Fanon's pen. You guys know who Franz Fanon is? He's an African French scholar and philosopher who talked about colonialism and the effects that colonialism had on African and the globe as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm using, like he wrote he wrote The Wretched of the Earth. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the effects of colonialism and how it has destroyed Africa and destroyed African people. Come on, you guys.
Wretched of the earth, I reverse the Hermetic.
And it's called Wretched of the Earth.
Curse, but I learned a lot from life.
Hold on.
Regards to that, the wind, while I reprimand you pawns using Franz Fanon's pen.
Wretched of the earth, I reverse the Hermetic curse. Wretched of the earth, I reverse the Hermetic curse. You know what the Hermetic curse is? So if you look in the Bible, there's a story of Ham. Ham was the son, one of the sons of Noah. So Noah's sons basically found him drunk in this lewd kind of behavior. And so the story according to the Bible is that Noah cursed his sons. He cursed one of his sons. And Ham was one of his sons. And it's considered that black people are the descendants of Ham. And because of that, black people are cursed. And so the church at the time, a lot of churches would say that black people are supposed to be, the reason why they justified slavery is because they said that black people are slaves because of the curse that's in the Bible. We are destined to be slaves because of the curse of Ham. Noah put a curse on Ham and all his descendants. So black people are supposed to be the curse. They're supposed to be the slaves to their brothers, which are the white people and the other races of people in the world, because we have the curse of Ham. It's crazy. And they justified slavery because of that. So that's what the Hamitic curse is. Look up the Hamitic curse, Ham.
But I learned a lot from Lot in regards to that Noah verse.
So I learned a lot from Lot in regards to that. So I just used to play on words like Lot, Lot from the Bible. Lot was a prophet in the Bible. And I learned a lot from Lot in regards to that Noah verse. So once again, I'm referring back to Noah because Noah supposedly cursed Ham. Shout out to Billion Dollars.
But I'm so immersed in this perverse industry gambit that it's hard to get a grip when it cripple your understanding. Panic at the disco, dinner at Del Frisco's. The food
Panic at the disco, dinner at Del Frisco's. I like that because Del Frisco's, when you're in Shade 45, when you're in Sirius Radio in New York, Del Frisco's is right downstairs. So that was on my mind. You know what I mean?
moving slow like San Luis Obispo. Rest in peace, Jerry. It's scary how niggas violate.
One of my best friends that I grew up with, he died on his way back to college to San Luis Obispo College in California. He was driving back and he died when I was like 18 years old. 19 years old, he died.
Late. Ain't satisfied until they ratify my pious state. God bless the web. Thoughts is acting wild. Get indicted off a like. Whack niggas is back in style. But I back it how? No backing down is your demeanor. How is it superficial if they serve you a subpoena? If you live by the gram, you die by the gram. Thought it was cute till you at odds with Uncle Sam.
If you live by the gram, all that bullshit you do on Instagram and incriminating yourself, they will come for you. The authorities are watching. People who flash money, guns, and commit crimes on Instagram, and you live by that shit, you'll die by that shit.
And you sabotage your life.
Or if you built your whole career on social media, your career will die from social media.
For the price of the raffle. Like that, you went from internet chatter to chattel. While I'm straddling
You went from internet chatter, you went from the talk of the internet to chattel, to property.
the fence, insensitive or ingenious. I finesse phonetics and demean the king's English. I suppress the way that I really want to address them in the spirit of the culture. If you look a little closer, there's a deep-seated sense of contempt. You're not exempt. Turn up your nose and flows and beg to repent. But there's a lot of pent-up fear to end up here. I sense what's near. Your near side of you is askew. Thought it was cool. Not to me, I'm a rebel. I can see how they meddle in matters, but me, I don't settle. Try to criticize me on the level. If you keep playing devil's advocate, then to me, you a devil.
If you keep doing devilish shit, then guess what? You a devil.
Yeah, you derelicts are determined to be a barrier. We all wearing wires, just check your wireless carrier.
We all wearing wires, just check your wireless carrier. Your phone. You know that your phone, anything that's on your phone is being recorded. So anything you talk about, your phone is recording it. So just know. So if you got something to hide, you better not. I mean, they always listening. So I don't give a fuck. I don't got nothing to hide.
I carry on tradition, conditioned to be an abbot. Back in Richmond, niggas carry Iron Man, Black Sabbath.
Back in Richmond, niggas carry Iron Man, Black Sabbath. Iron Man, Black Sabbath. That's the song. You know what I mean?
Agatha Christie, you can miss me with the questions. Try to assist me, I would diss thee with inflection.
Agatha Christie, you know, detective, miss me with them questions.
Cause I ain't come this far to jump in his car, so he can take credit for driving me where I'm destined. Definition.
I ain't jumping in nobody's car, man. I'm driving myself to my destination. You know what I'm saying?
The grind through repetition and time. My deposition is epic and delicate by design, and a definite reminder of where I stand in society. A reckless outcast, I outclass what they provided me. Surprisingly, I've been separated and branded. They brandish your understanding that's unmistakably candid, and a cancer to the culture, sort of poetic tumor. Rumor has it that they doing damage to the consumer.
888, Shake 45, Street Career. Now let me explain something to you.
Now, mind you, when I spit that verse, I was sick with the flu. I caught the bad flu like 2 days before this. I was in New York. I was shooting a video. I hit up Kay Slay. I was like, yo, I'm in town. Let's do it. He was like, come through. Right after that, I got completely sick. I was locked in my hotel room for like 2 or 3 days. I didn't go out. I was just drinking hella liquids. I had the chills. I had a fever. It was hella cold. It was snowing outside, but I just stayed in my room. I was like, I'm doing this freestyle. And like literally, I woke up the day of. I said, man, I feel good enough. I can talk. I'm about to go up here and did it. I went up there and killed that shit, and that's what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, my phone is about to die. I appreciate everybody once again that showed love, that show love, that made donations. You guys are truly appreciated. If we're gonna keep on doing more to this, if you guys want me to keep on doing this, keep showing love. I appreciate you guys, man. Love. Matter of fact, don't forget, I got a new song dropping on Thursday. New song, new videos called Black Holocaust. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. You already know, man. Peace and love.